The US says tonight that it is not interested in a war with Yemen, just hours after American and British missiles hit Houthi rebel positions there. 5 people were killed and 6 wounded, but a White House spokesman said President Biden's actions were about preventing any escalation of conflict.
نتردد إن شاء الله في فعل كل ما نستطيع وسنواجه العدوان الأمريكي. أي اعتداء أمريكي لن يبقى أبداً بدون رد.
You're aware of that international naval force the United States was organizing to protect the Red Sea from the Houthi rebels in Yemen, right? Well, it turns out to be a significant issue. Just a few days following their announcement of this ambitious initiative dubbed Operation Prosperity Guardian, France, Italy, and Spain opted out. Indeed, they're withdrawing from what was envisioned as a formidable naval force comprising ships from over 10 countries. Here's a detailed update on the situation in the Red Sea. On December 19th, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin revealed details about Operation Prosperity Guardian aimed at ensuring the safety of shipping routes in the Red Sea. Although several countries have pledged their support, each has set its own conditions. For instance, Australia declined a request for a warship, citing its primary focus on the Indo-Pacific region. Instead of deploying ships or aircraft to the Middle East, Australia is increasing its contribution to the US-led maritime force by almost tripling it, adding 6 additional personnel from the Australian Defence Force as their way of contributing to the initiative. Meanwhile, Spain has indicated that it cannot make a unilateral decision without the approval of the EU and NATO, suggesting that Italy, the Netherlands, and France may face similar constraints. Despite initial expectations, there's been some miscommunication with the US and Spain engaging in a back-and-forth dialogue. The Houthi rebels have escalated tensions by targeting ships associated with Israel, leading major companies like BP to halt their shipping operations in the region. This has caused over 100 ships to alter their routes, leading to delays, financial losses, and potentially higher global energy and oil prices. In response to these challenges, the US launched Operation Prosperity Guardian to secure the southern Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Despite these efforts, the situation remains complex, with ongoing efforts to ensure the safety of these crucial shipping lanes. In a significant development, France, Spain, and Italy have decided to withdraw from the US-led Maritime Task Force, opting instead for operations under international bodies such as the United Nations, NATO, or the European Union. The French Defense Ministry emphasized its commitment to securing freedom of navigation in the Red Sea, but insisted on retaining command over its ships. Similarly, Italy's Defense Ministry announced the deployment of the naval frigate Virginia Fasan to the Red Sea, highlighting its pursuit of national interests rather than participation in the US-led coalition. Spain's Defense Ministry also expressed a preference for NATO-led missions or EU-coordinated operations, avoiding unilateral action in the Red Sea. Each country has articulated its stance. France champions navigation freedom in the Red Sea under its command. Italy dispatches a naval frigate for its interests independent of Operation Prosperity Guardian, and Spain aligns with operations led by NATO or the EU. This collective step back has somewhat deflated the initiative before it could fully launch. The US was compelled to form this anti-Houthi coalition after its destroyer intercepted missiles from Yemen in November, aiming to address the situation discreetly. However, the plan seems to be facing more challenges than anticipated as the Houthi threat escalated, particularly with their attempts to disrupt shipping near the Suez Canal. Despite a significant US naval presence in the region, the call for international support underscores the limitations of American naval resources for this specific mission and the desire to avoid direct involvement in the complex geopolitical dynamics between Israel and Yemen. It's akin to forming an alliance to address a complex issue while ensuring it doesn't appear as though the United States is tackling it single-handedly, aiming to maintain equilibrium. At least that's the intention. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels have launched retaliatory strikes on ships targeting Israel in response to tensions between Israel and Gaza, employing missiles and drones to target cargo vessels in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The U.S. has accused Iran of orchestrating these assaults, a claim Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Bagheri Khani dismisses, insisting the Houthis act independently. On December 23rd, the Houthis launched 2 anti-ship missiles into the southern Red Sea, aiming at international shipping lanes, with the U.S. Central Command highlighting attacks on the MV Sababa and the USS Laboon, marking the 14th and 15th such incidents since October 17th. This pattern of aggression includes the Houthis detaining 25 crew members from the Israeli-owned MV Galaxy Leader. There's speculation that the Houthi actions might be coordinated not only with Iran, but possibly with Moscow and Beijing. Western naval forces, particularly from the US, France, and Britain, have been actively intercepting attacking drones, with a notable expense involved in shooting down these Iranian-manufactured drones. The cost ranges from $2,000 to $22,000 per drone, whereas the missiles used by the US and its allies for interception can cost an astonishing $1 to $2 million each. This financial strain comes at a time when many countries face budget constraints, personnel shortages, and a lack of military resources, despite a high demand for military equipment over the past few years. The United States is likely to continue urging France to increase its contributions to the military effort and may leverage its influence within NATO to encourage other European Union member states to participate directly in Operation Prosperity Guardian. This maritime chess game continues to evolve, with major European powers opting out of the US-led initiative, preferring to safeguard their interests independently in the region. The future of the Red Sea shipping route under Operation Prosperity Guardian remains uncertain, starting on shaky ground with significant international powers stepping aside. We'll keep you updated on developments as this situation progresses, monitoring how it impacts the strategic Red Sea corridor. Now, if you like this video, check out this next video right here.